Today, Mining Journal's spotlight is on Zenith Minerals. I'm Nari McDiarmid and I'm speaking with Executive Chairman David Ledger. Now, David, you've just joined the company fairly recently as it's repositioning its focus on its lithium assets in Western Australia. Why do you believe this is the right focus for Zenith?
Focusing on the lithium assets within our portfolio has really been driven by the joint venture we entered into with EV Metals in January of this year. They have a right to earn 60% of our 100% owned projects at Split Rocks and Waratah Well. We've recently added some more exploration ground in a tenement package at Mount Ida to the west of Laverton. And their focus is on trying to access lithium concentrate that can be shipped to Saudi, where they're looking to develop and build a battery minerals complex. So effectively to create lithium hydroxide and also for cathode active materials that complements a business that was recently purchased by them.
Now, under your joint venture with EV Metals, they're spending $7 million over 2 years at those two key projects, Waratah Well and Split Rocks. You've recently reported some pretty high-grade lithium mineralisation there and some positive metallurgical results from Split Rocks. What are you hoping to achieve by the end of this year there?
Well, we'd hope to achieve something that we can measure that can help us develop a resource around it. Obviously, we're a long strike from Mount Holland, which is the covalent joint venture between Wesfarmers and SQM. They have 189 million tonnes at 1.5%. We're a long strike. We've run one campaign in there, the initial 15-hole campaign, and that helped us really define where we want to spend the next focused drilling campaign. So we're running a 45-hole program in the vicinity of where we got really good shows in that first program. And to the extent that we get good results and assays back from that, that'll help us establish whether or not we're in the right spot to develop a resource there. The metallurgical results are really encouraging. So material's separating well, and we're very confident of its ability to, create a good 6% concentrate for shipment.
Well, aside from lithium, David, Zenith's built up a pretty solid portfolio over the years of gold and base metals assets, and you're planning to demerge these non-battery minerals into a separate vehicle. How are those plans progressing?
Well, we're putting an application to the ASX, and that'll be considered by them. We're hoping that we can spin out the gold and base metal assets into a new vehicle called Mackerel Metals, where existing shareholders in Zenith will get an in-specie distribution into that, and we'll be adding some working capital, which will be coming from ourselves, EV Metals, and through a prospectus offering. We're looking to raise in the order of $7.5 to $10 million through that. The reason we're doing that is that we really do want Zenith to be focused on its joint venture with EV and fully commit to it. And the base metal projects and gold, which includes 25% of the Erahidi joint venture with Rumble, the Devlin Creek copper zinc assets up in Queensland, Split Rocks Gold, which is obviously very adjacent to where we're doing the work on the lithium projects, and we've also got Red Mountain in Queensland. And there's a lot in that portfolio for another management team and board to focus on with the right working capital. And we think there's some good projects in there. And certainly Erahidi is one of those projects that is underpinning valuation, where Rumble are obviously earning into the project, where we don't have to financially commit up until the end of the bankable feasibility study.
Well, returning to lithium finally, David, and you mentioned earlier the addition of Mount Ida to your lithium portfolio. Are there any other acquisitions on the horizon? You've indicated that might be the case.
Well, I think in terms of the requirement to get concentrate into the battery minerals complex that is being drawn up and developed by EV Metals, we're looking for a lot of concentrate. So whether we have to source that internally from ourselves or we'll end up getting some concentrate from others to help fulfill the requirements of that facility remain to be seen. But in the meantime, we will look for where we can find good prospective tenements and I guess acquire them on sensible terms. So I don't think there'd be any corporate activity that would be where we'd merge with anyone at this stage. I think the focus for us is to find interesting ground that we think is highly prospective and either earn in or give some options to those who have that ground. There's quite a lot around at the moment. What we see is in our joint venture with EV Metals is that we're not going to see a stranded asset. If we find something, we've got a place to ship it. And I think there'll be other companies out there that will have to continue to develop their strategies around where they ship material and getting that offtake.
Well, David, thank you very much for the update on Zenith today.
No problem at all. You're welcome. Thanks for your time.